I'd already decided it was going to be my last night in Max's village. I was sorry to be leaving, but I was restless again.
Beware! The day grows dark, and demons stalk the gap by night.
Harsh old woman, stop your superstitious nonsense. Besides, this is the best time of day for fishing, eh, Milo?
Yes, Dad. Look, Foster! I use these broken sensors to make a fish alarm. It detects the fish before it bites.
Nice work, Milo.
Milo was just like me as a boy, and the tech skills I'd taught him would help the village after I left.
Do you really have to go, Foster? How can we ever pay you back for all you've done?
It's been my pleasure, Max. One of Anita's pies will be payment enough.
I owed the Gap folks so much. My first tribe fostered me when I was orphaned all those years ago. They taught me how to recycle tech scavenged from city dumps. Soon, I even built myself a playmate. Joey and I were always together. As I grew, I upgraded him. He became the best friend I ever had. But then...
Foster! Foster, wake up! The sensors detect a fish. It's a big one.
What the?
It was no fish.
Max, keep back!
Milo!
Dad! What are they?
Max! Drop him, you...
Dad! Foster! Help me! Help me!
Milo had gone. The machine, too. But its riders had left something behind.
Max? Milo? What's happened, Foster? Where's my son? Max? Max? Oh, no! I told them! I told them there were demons stalking the dark!
The stalker that attacked us was a machine, not a demon.
Please, Foster, I don't understand. What happened?
I told Anita everything I could, though I knew very little. Max was barely conscious. I could only hope that with Anita's loving care, he would recover. As for me, I had to follow Milo and his captors immediately.
I'll bring Milo home, Anita. I promise.
Thank you, Foster. I know you will.
Dawn was breaking as I left the village. The featureless wastes of the Gap stretched away from me. Night followed day, then day dawned once more. Time lost meaning as the tracks beckoned me ever forward. Determination had long replaced sadness. Whatever it took, I would find Milo. The tracks were barely visible now, blurred by the wind. But I was sure I'd reach their destination soon. Then I saw the thing I feared the most approaching. Sandstorm. I battled forward, but now could only guess that my direction was correct. I decided to save my energy and sank into an exhausted sleep. Maybe the old woman was right. Maybe demons did stalk the gap. For as it shrieked and thundered around me, the storm brought back my nightmare once more. Union City security was attacking. As my tribe screamed in terror, I salvaged Joey's motherboard. Taken captive, I couldn't save my village. But I survived when the security copter crashed, entering Union City. On the run, I soon got Joey working. Upgraded yet again, he helped me overthrow the evil that ran the city. As I left, I told him to make the citizens happy. Union City was no place for me. I wanted to be where I could do most good, helping the scattered people of the Gap. I woke to find the storm had passed. But not without finishing its cruel work. The tracks were gone. I was lost, and so, I feared, was Milo. Then, I heard them. Gang birds, scavengers, and in this wasteland, that meant only one thing: people. Despair turned to hope. I was sure that if I could find where the stalker had gone, I would find Milo. Then, in the distance, I saw a girl crouching over a body.
Welcome to this commentary feature. My name is Charles Cecil and I am the game director. Please interact with the comic book pages that you'll find throughout the game to hear members of our team talk about the approach to design, art, audio and general. Obviously these commentaries contain spoilers, so I recommend that you only enable this feature once you've completed the game and are playing through again and want to get an insight into its making. Thank you for playing Beyond a Steel Sky, and thank you for taking an interest in this comment.
Just as we had with the original game, we wanted to have a comic book introduction to Beyond a Steel Sky, and we were able to actually work in a slightly different way because the way the characters appeared in the game had been designed to look like a comic book, so it was a question of retrofitting the comic book to the way things appeared in the game, rather than with the original where we only had blocky sprites and really quite crudely drawn backgrounds, and we did a much enhanced version for the comic book. Here we were working on at a very high level anyway. And we also knew that there had been advances in comic books in the time since we did the first game. A company called Madefire had perfected a range of motion comics and motion books. And I had many friends there, and we decided that
The girl was holding a device to the lifeless hand.
Hey, excuse me.
are you?
I'm searching for a vehicle that...
Ah, no! Damn birds!
Wait, I just...
Whatever that device was, the bird had it now. A corpse lay propped against a rock. The gang birds were eyeing up the corpse hungrily. The girl had been doing something to the guy's hand. I wondered what. He'd clearly been dead for days. The logo. I'd seen it before. On the androids that had taken Milo. The girl was my only lead. I had to follow her. Union City. I was back. Over the years, I'd heard rumors of how the city had thrived since I'd left Joey in charge. I was finally going to see for myself.
Halt!
Welcome, unregistered Gaplander.
Well, hi. And you are?
Community Welfare Droid 2CU at your service. To commence your Union City registration, please make your way to the immigration terminal.
That's okay, I'm not here to register. I'm looking for...
If you're looking for the immigration terminal, it's right over there. Thank you.
I've never seen a droid like you.
And I've never seen a Gaplander like you.
I bet. And what is it you do?
I tell Gaplanders like you to visit the immigration terminal and register.
Let me know how that goes. I'm looking for a vehicle that maybe came this way.
A vehicle? Well, this is a freight entrance. So, you're in the right place.
Right. I need to find a boy called Milo. He was...
What you need to find is the immigration terminal. It's right over there.
Can you help me find a missing kid?
You want to file a missing persons report? Go register.
So how do I register?
Easy. Just go to the immigration terminal and you'll get a U-chip for your temporary ID. The correct route is indicated by these signs.
Sounds easy.
It is. Without it, you won't be able to interact with any of the Minos devices in this area.
What exactly is a U-chip?
Don't they teach you Gaplanders anything? A U-chip stores your ID and personal data in a micro-implant. The immigration terminal is easy to find. What's keeping you? The correct route is indicated by these signs.
Thanks for your time.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
There was a strange smell, and it was... I reminded myself of the collective noun, a murder of gangs. A sturdy chain tethered the roundabout to the ground. Hey, kid.
Hey, weird guy.
My name's not Weird Guy.
I'm Pixel. It's easy to remember because it rhymes with pickle.
So it does. I'm Foster.
I'll remember that easy because your name rhymes with fossil and you're old.
Thanks, kid. What's wrong with the roundabout?
It sucks. Stupid Mr. Hobbsworth put a chain on it. He said it was for safety, then he dropped the chain on his foot.
What's your story, Pixel?
Well, I'm 8 years old, and my birthday is in only 64 days. I'm really good at math, and I can even lift my sister. And she's super fat.
Very comprehensive.
Yep. Anything I can help you with today?
I'm looking for a boy about your age named Milo, who may have come through here.
You're asking the right guy. I remember every face that's come through here since I was a little kid.
Yeah? How many's that?
Like, at least 12. How recently are we talking?
Sometime over the past couple of nights.
Oh, didn't know. Haven't seen no kids.
Did a vehicle come through here recently?
Maybe. How recently is recently?
Like 2 nights ago?
Oh, then definitely no. But wait, 2 nights ago? My brother, Vauxhall, he saw this giant monster.
What kind of monster?
Like a totally huge, but not real one.
Huge, but not real?
I mean, Vauxhall says it's totally huge, and Ember says it's not real.
Well, which is it?
I don't know what to believe.
Who's Vauxhall?
My brother, remember?
Can I talk to him?
I guess, but he's not as friendly or helpful as me. Real question is, will he talk to you? He's been hiding for like 2 days now. Won't speak to nobody but me.
Can you tell me where to find him? Maybe he'll talk to me.
Nuh-uh. You gotta earn that information. I don't know if I can trust you right now.
Your roundabout probably has a chain on it for a reason.
Yeah, and that reason is Mr. Hobbsworth is stupid. Can you fix it?
Bye.
Call it if you need anything.
I recognized the girl. She was the one who'd run away from me earlier. It was the girl I'd seen earlier. Excuse me. Hello?
You!
Me what?
You're the guy in the desert!
And you're the girl with the corpse.
Okay, first of all, that guy was dead long before I got there. And second of all, it's your fault Big Steve stole my deed!
Lost your what? To who?
Do you realize how much potential trade you've cost me?
Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ugh. I trade. I'm a trader. Name's Ember.
Did you see a strange vehicle come through this way?
Mister, are you looking to trade something or what?
Trade?
Trade, you know, tech, gadgets, knickknacks from the Gap or the city.
That's what I do. I collect stuff, sell stuff, trade stuff. Only, since you're interfering, let Big Steve fly off with my deed,
It'll be a while before I can make proper trades again. Now excuse me.
What's a deet?
My DEET, man. DTT. Data transfer tool. DEET.
What's the deet for?
Duh, transferring data. That's what I was doing with that dead fella. Transferring his citizen ID for trading, yeah? You distracted me, and Big Steve nabbed it and flew off. Like I said, thanks.
Who's Big Steve?
You see all these birds all over the place? Big Steve's the purple one, with a beak full of my DEET.
So are you digging that guy's U-chip out of his hand?
What? No! Data transfer. I told you. I cloned his ID data onto the DEET for later.
What happens later?
Well, you know, maybe someone doesn't want to be found. I do swapsies.
For a price?
Yeah.
What do you trade?
Like I said, sometimes people from outside want stuff from the inside. Sometimes people from inside want stuff from the outside. Second one doesn't happen very often since inside's got, like, everything and free. But it happens.
Suppose a guy from outside wanted to get inside.
Ah, my most popular item. Until Big Steve took my DEET, that is.
What were you doing out there in the desert with that corpse?
I told you already, I was DEETing his ID. Only now, Big Steve has my DEET and, ipso facto, the ID.
I'm looking for a boy named Milo who might have come through here recently.
You're looking in the wrong place. Only boys around here are Pixel and Voxel, and the only thing they're missing is a few screws.
Tell me about this DEET.
Simple. I collect IDs and I use the DEET to swap them. At least I did, until Big Steve grabbed it.
That's all for now. Thanks.
Anytime. Oh wait, no. Come back if you want to talk business.
For someone with a business interest in dead bodies, she seemed pretty normal.
How can I be of assistance?
He was a scruffy-looking technician. Excuse me?
Oh, hello, visitor.
What's up with your bollard? Maybe I can help.
You?
Sure.
Hey, listen, Mr. Gaplander. It's totally cute that you want to help, but this mechanism's a teeny bit more advanced than what you're used to.
You'd be surprised. I'm pretty handy with these sorts of things.
Sorry, got to get back to this bollard. It ain't gonna fix itself.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one. One of the posts was jammed.
Hey, we fixed it!
Yeah, piece of cake.
Dude, council sure is shining in my direction today. Do you know how many times I've scanned this thing? The last scan must have done the trick. You see, I'm the diagnostician and tech expert around here. Name's Obsworth. What can I do for you?
Tell me about Joey.
Praise Joey. Not a day goes by where I don't thank him for the happiness and prosperity he brought to Union City.
Joey and I go way back. We must be talking about the same one.
Well, it depends. Our Joey was kind, benevolent, generous, firm, resolute, moral, He's magnanimous, proactive, and a friend to all citizens alike. Does that sound like your Joey?
My Joey was more of a sarcastic pain in the... But he was my best friend. Hey, have you by any chance seen a kid come through here?
Where's the little dude headed? On an adventure, is he?
Oh no. He was kidnapped, snatched from his village, and brought this way.
Oh, right. Nope. I haven't seen anything like that. Sorry. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to get back to work.
How can I help?
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
Please obtain one at the immigration terminal.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Are you...
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
No, I'm not selling any...
A likely story. Name's Wendell. Joe Wendell.
Nice to meet you.
That remains to be seen.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's a strange odor wafting from the back of your truck.
I don't smell out.
Really? Because it's like...
Except the splendid scent of tasty mini Ks, the finest organic knackverse the Gap has to offer.
Don't believe me? Look at those gangs. They love my knackverse. Can't chase them away.
Listen, you haven't seen a child come through here, have you?
Pinch something of yours.
No, he was kidnapped from a nearby village.
Oh, I see. Sorry to hear that. You're not the first I've heard talking about kids going missing in the Gap. But I've never seen any come through here. Have you asked those kids over by the playground? They've been here a lot longer than me.
How long have you been here?
Lost count, but the delicious aroma emanating from my mini Ks suggests at least 2 days.
Aren't you worried that they, might be going rancid?
Well, nothing that a healthy chlorine wash won't fix.
So, your truck is full of mini knockwurst?
You betcha! Mini K, best in the Gap. Even contains some real meat. You're welcome to take a handful. Back of the truck's open, although the doors like to play silly beggars.
Oh?
Requires a special technique. Ritual, you could call it.
Ritual?
Aye. Now listen carefully. Step 1, give the bumper a wallop. Step 2, do a little jig. Step 3, pull the door and jerk it hard.
Wallop, jig, pull. That it?
That's it, lad. And remember the order.
Be seeing you.
Aye.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
I will show you a custom message.
Clean like a pro with a helpful cleaning droid buddy. It'll take on the
How can I be of assistance?
You don't have to.
Excuse me.
Got a problem?
How do I get to immigration?
The terminal is at the wall end of the garden. The correct route is indicated by these signs. Soon as you've registered, you can access the Minos devices.
Bye for now.
Pleasure.
Clear. Gets red up.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
The Museum of History presents...
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
Make sure to visit today.
It was a statue of my friend Joey. I couldn't imagine why they would have erected it.
If Milo had been taken this way, I was sure Joey would help me find him. I needed to find someone around here who'd seen the stalker. Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one. I guess this was the immigration terminal. Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one. The sign was directing me towards immigration. It was a tire or modern art. I couldn't tell which.
How can I be of assistance?
Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back of the truck. The gangs clearly weren't scared of me or my crowbar.
Push me!
Hey, kid.
Push me! Push me!
I've got things to do.
Push me!
Pixel reminded me of a kid I knew growing up. Hey, me again.
Wanna push me on the swings?
Maybe later. Bye.
Call it if you need anything.
How can I be of assistance?
The bridge seemed to be operated by some sort of hand scanner. Looks like good old-fashioned flesh and bone wasn't gonna cut it. I needed something more. Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one. Excuse me?
Well, hey there, stranger. How's your day going so far?
Well,
Great, I'll bet. Anything old Hobsworth can do for you? By the way, just so you know, I'm on the clock.
Yes, of course. No problem. See you around, Hobsworth.
Oh, before I forget, I really appreciate your patience back there when I was fixing the bridge. Let me thank you properly. Give me your hand.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. You're from the Gap.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you don't have a U-chip, so I can't give you any kudos.
Well, your heartfelt thanks is enough for me.
Keep a smile on your face.
How can I be of assistance?
Excuse me.
Got a problem?
Remind me how to register with Union City?
The immigration terminal is back there in the gardens. You want a U-chip? That's where you've got to go.
Thanks. I'll be going now.
Pleasure.
There was something strange about the water. And there was an unmistakable smell of ozone. Up close, I could see the water was holographically concealing an electric fence? A makeshift workbench had been set up. Its structural integrity seemed over-reliant on some old deflated tires.
How can I help?
Welcome to the Union City Registration Terminal. Please place your hand below to receive your U-chip implant. U-chip implant successful. You are now registered with Union
A
City.
U-chip had been implanted into the palm of my hand. I wasn't sure how it was going to help me.
Authorized citizen ID required.
The Ministry of Wellbeing Reflection Spa, a luxurious haven to reflect on what it means to be a part of the world's greatest city. Make the world shine with nuclear. Gets rid of everything. It used to kill humans. Now Bubonica does the same for your pesky germs with its revolutionary self-perpetuating cleaning organisms.
Error. Insufficient permission. Citizen ID required.
Hobbsworth, was it?
Ah, hello again, stranger.
What are these kudos you've mentioned?
They reward people for doing what's right. Good for themselves, it's good for the city. Reward us for fulfilling our potential as proud Union City citizens. And under the benevolent gaze of the council, we are all happy. No one is ever sad. I figure your contribution to fixing that bollard earns you one. If you got a U-chip.
Sure do.
Great. Hold out your hand. I just got, There you go. Now you're even more awesome than you were before.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. Thank the council.
See you around, Hobsworth.
Keep a smile on your face.
Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Welcome to Union City. My name is Greta. It is my duty and pleasure to answer any questions you may have about Union City and the local area. How may I help you today?
A child has been kidnapped from my village.
From your village? Was the child a registered citizen of Union City?
No, his name is Milo, and...
Polite apology, Minos can only concern itself with registered citizens.
I was hoping you'd be able to help.
And isn't hope a wonderful thing? In the meantime, do you have any other queries?
I'm looking for a vehicle. Has anything come through here?
No.
You haven't seen a weird vehicle with legs instead of wheels?
Polite apology. I cannot discuss the details of other visitors' vehicular movements.
But this vehicle, it kidnapped a child.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
So is Joey still running things around here?
He was, until just a few years ago.
That doesn't sound good. Hope he didn't screw things up.
Not at all, sir. Joey the Savior was a great leader. Citizen happiness reached unprecedented levels.
Good to hear it. I happen to be an old friend of his.
Oh, we're all friends of Joey, sir. Gone but not forgotten.
Have a nice day.
In Union City, sir, there is no other kind of day.
Error. Insufficient permission. Citizen ID required.
Amber.
Hi again.
Thanks, Ember.
Peace.
Nothing happened. Probably because the machine had had its innards ripped out. The gangs clearly weren't scared of me, or my crowbar. Hey, Hobsworth.
Hey, what can I do for you?
So what's your deal, Hobsworth?
I am a diagnostician for the Ministry of Comfort.
And what exactly does a diagnostician do?
I find problems.
And fix them?
No, I just diagnose them. Minos fixes them.
See you around, Hobsworth.
Keep a smile on your face.
Hi.
Hi again.
I got a U-chip with a temporary ID from over there.
Good for you. They're free.
Can I get into the city with it?
No. And yes. And no.
Break that down for me.
No, a temp ID is so they can keep track of you around here. Won't get you inside. Yes, I could deet that corpse's ID onto a U-chip. And no, because as you well know, my deet's been eaten.
Thanks, Ember.
Peace.
Hey, got a moment?
What you need, mister?
See you around.
Call it if you need anything.
The gangs look mean and ugly. These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them. These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them.
How can I be of assistance?
Excuse me.
Greetings, registered Gaplander.
Say that again, would you?
A registered Gaplander.
Thanks. Wasn't so hard, was it? I need to find a vehicle.
There are no personal vehicles in Union City.
No, it's one that I followed here from across the desert. It's got 4 giant metal legs.
There are no such vehicles registered with Union City.
Oh yeah? It definitely came this way. Kidnapped a child from my village.
Only Union City citizens can file missing persons reports.
Thanks for your time.
Was great meeting you. How can I be of assistance? How can I help?
It was a tire or modern art.
I couldn't tell which. I was yet to enjoy all these benefits. I'd learned to think twice before just slapping my hand on something. I didn't rate my chances against all of those razor-sharp beaks. The gangs clearly weren't scared of me, or my crowbar.
Carl Frog and Sister Toad. Complete your collection today.
Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
The machine ejected a garish, beclowned can of soda labeled Spankles.
Note, you are currently at your maximum allotted Spankles allowance. Have a nice day.
Looks like you're working pretty hard. Need a Spankles?
Oh, hey, man. That's super chill of you. But I'll just grab one myself when I pick up a thirst.
Got your drink.
Shame it ain't something stronger.
Authorized citizen ID required.
A sand pit. In the desert. The irony sure wasn't lost on me. There was an electric fence back there. I wondered if it was live. Ow! I was shocked to discover that it was.
No wonder the gangs kept clear of this death trap.
Hey, Hobbsworth.
Hey, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for a vehicle that might have passed this way.
What kind of vehicle? Maybe I can help.
Well, I didn't get a good look, but I know it has 4 giant legs.
Legs? Word to the wise man. Vehicles have wheels.
Not this one. It walked on the sand. And it was, shaped like a dog.
Whoa. That doesn't sound like any vehicle I've ever heard of. And I've got more magazines under my bed than you can even imagine.
See you around, Hobbsworth.
Keep a smile on your face.
Citizen, welcome to the abridged audio-visual Union City fact file. The Union City walls were forged in 1994 by a small team of resilient workers. A common misconception is that the team was formed of Australian citizens. This couldn't be further from the truth. The city wall was constructed using British steel imported, along with workers, from Hull in the United Kingdom. Many of the citizens of Union City can trace their ancestry back to that small and very dedicated group of immigrants. This concludes your requested fact. Please return for an all-new Union City fact. And remember, be vigilant. This message is sponsored by the Ministry of Comfort.
Funeral collection, relica of yesteryears. Make sure to visit today.
Registered Gaplander, you are present at the scene of an active alarm. Please remain calm and await neutralization of any threat. Do you have any information on the cause of the alarm?
Sorry, that was me.
Your involvement has been noted. I must administer a minor kudos penalty. Please refrain from future illegal acts. How can I help?
What can you trade for some spankles?
Honestly, nothing. I actually have an infinite supply.
Grabbit's independent traders. I'd bought from sketchier places out in the Gap. A sand pit. In the desert. The irony sure wasn't lost on me. You ever had one of these?
Spankles? Gimme!
Are you allowed?
Yeah. Just don't tell Ember.
Ember?
Hi again.
Thanks, Ember.
Bye now.
You ever had one of these?
Spankles? Gimme!
Are you allowed?
Yeah. Just don't tell Ember.
Nothing happened. Probably because the machine had had its innards ripped out. By the sound of things, Hobbsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him. The kid had fashioned himself a makeshift superhero outfit. Hey, Pixel.
How can I help?
What's this about a giant monster?
Right, so my brother Voxel, like 2 nights ago, it was night time, right? And we had been playing this massive game of buzzsaws and dynamos, so I was like, wah! But, where was I?
The giant monster.
Oh yeah, right. So, later that night, he wakes me up screaming about how he saw a giant monster.
And?
That's the end of my story. Don't tell Ember I told you.
What's wrong with Voxel?
Like, why is he hiding?
Yeah.
I told you, man. He thinks he saw a monster.
Will you tell me where your brother is hiding? Maybe we can help each other out with our monster problems.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. You've done me a favor. He's hiding in a bench in the garden. I told him I wouldn't tell no one, but you seem okay.
See you around.
Okay, I'll go.
Hello, Voxel.
Shh. What?
My name is Foster. I've just got a few questions. I'm looking for a missing kid. He came through this way a couple of nights ago. His name is Milo. He's about Pixel's age.
And my age.
Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen anything. I've been in this fortress where it's safe.
Safe from what?
The monster.
Voxel, about this monster. Truth is, I'm a monster hunter. I've been tracking a monster across the desert for days. I think he came through here, and I'm looking for someone brave enough to see it and live to tell the tale.
I saw it.
Can you describe it?
It was big and beastie, and it eats children, and I could hear the screaming, and it was fast and dark and silent.
Slow down, one thing at a time.
It was big, like a giant dog.
A giant dog? That sounds like what I'm after. Did you see any children?
No, but I heard them. I heard kids crying inside its tummy.
And where did it go?
It sneaked off into the city. After that, I got in here. No way am I gonna let it get me.
You've been in here for 2 days?
Still alive, aren't I?
Any ideas on getting into the city?
People go in and out of the main gate. Are you gonna go in there and kill it?
Sure am. That's what monster hunters do best. Then I'm gonna bring Milo and the other children back out.
You will? Oh, you better take this.
Thanks. What is it?
A firecracker. I was gonna use it to kill the monster, but you can have it.
This giant dog. Where did you see it?
I was playing buzzsaws and dynamos with Pixel. I won, and he was really cross. Then, in the night, I woke up. It was totally dark. I'd heard this sound, like feet padding along the road, big feet. And then I heard screams, children's screams. I ran over here and hid in my fort.
And you've been in here ever since?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Thanks, Voxel.
Hey, you got anything to eat? I'm kinda hungry.
I could keep an eye out.
Mr. Hopsworth sometimes lets me have some of his lunch. He doesn't usually know that, though.
Ah, understood. Voxel's giant dog sounded a lot like the stalker that had taken Milo. Now I was sure that the stalker had entered the city. There had to be a way in through the main gates. The doors were locked shut. Perhaps for the best. Right. Hit the bumper. These were not my best moves. Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
What's this about a sandwich?
Mr. Hopsworth always brings sandwiches from the city. They're so good. He's usually got one or two in his hut.
Should I ask Mr. Hobsworth if he wants to share?
No, don't do that. He likes sharing best when he doesn't know about it.
Thanks, Voxel. Come on, big fella. One particularly large and familiar bird stood out from the rest.
Come on, big fella.
The bird's beak looked especially vicious. The bird's beak looked especially vicious. I didn't want the bird to mistake my hand for its next meal. I was going to have to think of another solution.
Come on, big fella.
The gang was too distracted. These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them. It was Big Steve, and it still had Ember's deet in its beak.
Come on, big fella.
These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them.
Come on, big fella.
The mini Ks were not to be wasted. I hoped Ember's deet was still functional.
Hey, Ember.
Hi again.
Guess what I found?
A lot of nerve coming back here.
Nope. This.
What? My deed? I'll have that.
Sure, but how about I give you the deed in exchange for the citizen ID that's on it?
The deed for the ID, but
You wouldn't have it back if it weren't for me.
it wouldn't have been stolen if it weren't for you.
So we're even.
I suppose that's sort of fair.
Excellent. When do we start?
Have you got a U-chip?
Yes. My hand is still stinging.
Right then, let's get this over with, yeah? Pass me back my deed, Follow me over to my workbench.
Ember's deed had a citizen ID stored on it. Hey, Ember.
You ready to do this?
I'm not entirely sure what this is.
You want that citizen's ID, right?
Yeah. What do I need to do?
Cool. Just place your hand flat on the U-chip scanner. Over here on my workbench.
Like this?
Yeah, good enough. Let me just line up the laser. Oi, keep your hand still or you'll lose it.
Is this gonna hurt?
No more than getting the chip installed in the first place. Right, just transferring the ID now. You may feel a slight pinch. What was that?
That wasn't supposed to happen?
There it is again. Must be... nothing. It must be nothing. Looks like his name was Graham. A fine, upstanding citizen.
Graham. Got it.
Good luck, Citizen Graham.
At last I had a citizen ID. I hoped that this was going to be my key to getting into the city.
Error. U-chip firmware outdated. Authority for vehicular access denied.
The firmware on my U-chip was out of date. I realized that I'd been sold a dud by Ember. Hi.
Hi again.
There's a problem with this ID you gave me. I tried the bridge, but it wouldn't let me through. Apparently my U-chip is out of date.
Oh, right. They had to replace the hand scanner recently. Must be running on new firmware. Much newer than the crappy U-chips from that old terminal.
What happened to the old hand scanner?
No idea. Why would you even ask that? I didn't take it. Shut up.
Either way, the ID you gave me doesn't work.
Hey, listen, guy. The ID is tip-top. It's your U-chip that's the problem. It's old. Like you.
Well, have you got any newer replacements?
Nuh-uh. That U-chip is in you now. It stays there. You'll need to run an update, but my guess is you can only do that inside the city.
And without the update, I can't get across the bridge. I appear to be at an impasse.
Yikes. Well, that ain't good. Could maybe hack the bridge, but... Nah. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Did you say hack?
Okay. So you know how everything here runs on Minos?
Minos? Surely that's not based off the old Link system.
That's right. When they upgraded, they dumped the old Link tech. Smart shoes, smart toasters, smart light bulbs, smart fridges. Minos makes everything smart, smart, smart. Except the humans. Anyway, you know how Hobbsworth is always pointing his scanner at stuff?
Yeah?
That's his Minos scanner. Minos scanners let guys without any smarts figure out how machines work. Old Hobbsworth has all kinds of safeguards so he can't mess things up more when they break. but with a few modifications.
Can you do more than just diagnose Minos machines?
Much more.
Catch you later.
Bye now.
By the sound of things, Hobsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him. By the sound of things, Hobsworth was hard at work. I decided not to interrupt him. Hey, Hobsworth.
Hey, what can I do for you?
What was that tool you were pointing at the bridge?
Oh, this little baby? That's my Minos scanner. It's super neat. All of us diagnosticians use them. I pointed at a device, and it shows me how it works. See, everything in Union City runs on Minos. Everything's interconnected, from big safety systems and freight elevators, all the way down to toasters and hand dryers, all on Minos.
Okay, so you're saying it's a citywide universal operating system?
Whoa, I don't know what that is, but maybe. I'd hate to think what'd happen if a scanner like this fell into the wrong hands.
This may sound like a stupid question, but how do I actually get into the city?
Well, first thing would be to head over to the city gates.
Yes?
If you got a valid ID, and just scan your U-chip, and the bridge will open.
Valid for what?
Now, that is the stupid question. You need a vehicle to get through the big doors there. If you have transport clearance, like that old fella with the smelly truck, you just drive up, scan your ID, and roll right onto the elevator down to the cargo bay.
See you around, Hobsworth.
Keep a smile on your face.
Hey, Wendell.
Managed to get those doors open all right?
Just about.
Did you, do the jig?
Sure did. You said it was essential.
That's right. Although, here's a funny thing. My wife never does the jig back at the farm. But it always seems to open for her. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Do you need a vehicle to get into the city?
You do, but I don't. I've got Brucey here. What I do need is a new power cell.
And you can't just walk in?
Are you mad? Walk into the city? There's guns guarding them main gates, and they'd make mincemeat out of you, Sonny Jim.
Your truck's power cell has drained.
Aye, emptier than a politician's vows. There was a sandstorm put the bridge over yonder out of action. I was told to go park for a few hours. Turned into a few days. Trying to keep the mini-case cool in this heat emptied the power cell. I wasn't stingy on the aircon, mind, or the margarita blender up in the cab. A working man needs his creature comforts.
Anyway, 13.7 volts drained to naught.
And they still haven't fixed that blooming bridge.
And you've been sat here ever since?
No choice until they send someone out to juice up Bruce's power cell. Someone competent, I mean.
Have you spoken to Hobsworth?
Didn't I say someone competent? That muffin doesn't know a panhard rod from a Chapman strut.
Want one of these mini-Ks?
Oh, better not.
I thought you loved them.
Oh, of course I do. They're delicious.
But?
Don't get high on your own supply.
Sorry?
No scoffage on thine own sausage.
Oh, I see. Suit yourself. I'll leave you be.
I'm fine with that.
There was an empty space where the power cell should have been. My crowbar could do plenty of things, but powering a truck was not one of them. Graham's ID was finally starting to get me places. The console seemed specialized. The power cell was completely wrecked. This had to be one of the scanners that Ember had talked about. I decided to borrow the scanner, indefinitely. The power cell was completely wrecked. Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
Food delivery for Mr. Voxel.
Oh, yes. One of Hobsworth's city singers. Do you want my crusts?
You eat them. Warriors need their strength. Did anyone else see the...
No, but you do.
Don't worry, Voxel. Do you...
I already said.
Can...
Only that I heard them inside the
Hey, Hobsworth.
Hey, what can I do for you?
It's...
Nah,
It was Hobsworth, pretending to be hard at work. Hey, Hobsworth.
Hey, what can I do for you? See, and then I report the problem.
Okay.
Look, this...
Gotcha. Thanks. How can I... Wendell's power cell wasn't looking too functional.
Oh man, you saw, huh? I don't think it's supposed to smoke like that.
Not conventionally, no.
Listen, don't tell Wendell. I'll fix it.
How are things going with Wendell's power cell?
It's in my office.
But how long until it's charged?
It's hard to say, but it's on my list.
See you around.
Keep us...
Hey, me again.
Hi again.
Could I borrow your hacker? Is that a no? Could I maybe trade you something for your hacker?
Honestly, probably not.
Okay, so if you won't trade me for that hacker, could you make me one?
For a price, and a whole lot of inconvenience.
What do you mean?
For starters, you need one of Hobsworth's Minos scanners. You get me one of them, and then we can talk about next steps.
You mean this thing?
Oh, you found one already? Where'd you get it?
It was just lying around in Hobsworth's hut.
He really should be more careful. Right then. Let's see what else you've got in that bag that might be worth my time, trouble, and effort.
I don't know if you can use this, but how about this finger?
Okay, creepy. Let me take a look. Whoa. Okay, this is some serious kit. The micro actuators alone are worth a bundle.
So it's a deal then. You'll hack this scanner, and the finger is yours.
You betcha. Pleasure doing business with you. Meet me at my workbench when you're ready. All right, one Ember grade Minos hacker.
Thanks. So how do I use this thing?
You activate scan mode, obviously.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, well, that's the easy part. Now follow me. This is how I find hidden systems. They're all over the place. There you go. One just popped into range.
Okay, what do I do now?
Use the big button at the top. Duh. Right, so this here is a diagnostic view of Minos.
Looks like it runs the vending machine.
No kidding. See those task nodes? The darker ones?
Yeah?
Well, unlike Hobbsy's little vanilla scanner, my hacker can swap them round. So let's see how smart you are. Want to give me an infinite supply of spankles?
Introducing the new Wando Mop 2.0. New Omni-Soggy technology keeps the mop down and the floors crystal clean. Wando Mop, now 10% more absorbency. The Museum of History presents the Piermont Collection, Relica of Yesteryears. Make sure to visit today.
All right, mate. Figure the rest out yourself. Oh, and try not to do anything too stupid, eh?
With a helpful cleaning droid buddy. It'll take all the hard work, so you don't have to. Do
Citizen Graham, you are present at the scene of an active alarm.
I was going to have to get used to being called Graham.
Please remain calm and await neutralization of any threat. Do you have any information on the cause of the alarm?
I think he said his name was Hobbsworth.
I shall investigate. Please do not approach the subject. He may be armed.
Yeah, I had two, I think.
Union City will take it from here. Thank you, citizen. How can I help?
Using the new Moje 2.0. New omni-soggy technology keeps the mop down and the floors crystal clean. Moje, now 10% more absorbency. The museum. Piermont collection. Relic. Koala Couples is proud to announce Cardinal Frog and Sister Toad. Complete your collection today. Knack vs. sausages. Knock yourself out with a bite whilst they're fresh.
Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos. Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos. Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos. Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
Make the world shine with nuclear. Gets rid of everything. When those burst, the sausage-like snack you
bridge seemed to be operated by some sort of hand scanner. The large chute appeared to be part of a recycling process. Industrial fumes pumped out of the spinning exhaust fan. The pressure plate appeared to trigger the crane mechanism.
Excuse me?
Citizen Graham, you are not authorized for this area.
I just wanted to ask some questions.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm a 4YR droid. 4YR droids are programmed to ask questions, not answer them.
2CU looks a little newer than you.
That's right. Supposed to be more socially orientated. I'd like to see her try and fix a bent shaft.
You're not like that other droid across the bridge.
You mean 2CU? That little jumped up tin pop voice box. That's all she is.
And you're a better model?
Better, older, tougher, more reliable. Underneath this steel skin lies the beating heart of a 13.7 volt power cell.
Wow.
Old tech, you see. Tested. Solid. Whereas that flying volume runs on solar. Sun goes down, she's useless. But me, I can go all night long.
Have you seen a boy called Milo?
Gaplander or citizen?
Gaplander.
All Gaplanders look the same to me.
He's quite young and about this tall?
Repeat, all Gaplanders look the same to me.
What's beyond that door?
A corridor.
And after that?
The city.
Okay. And how do I get in?
You don't.
Why not?
Because you are a pedestrian, and doors do not open for pedestrians.
But they open for vehicles?
Yes, because it is a vehicle entrance.
You mentioned a power cell?
Correct. I run off a 13.7 volt power cell.
Really? Would it fit in a truck?
It would fit in older models.
Like that truck over there?
Might do. Looks old enough.
Thanks.
Bye.
Warning. This entrance is strictly vehicle only. All
Those guns look like they meant business. The pressure plate appeared to trigger the crane mechanism.
Unacceptable cargo detected. 4Y, our unit has been alerted to solve the problem.
You're risking the future of all the little kids!
I had a charged power cell. bridge seemed to be operated by some sort of hand scanner.
Error. UChip firmware outdated. Authority for vehicular access denied.
Hey, Hobsworth.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Any updates on Wendell's power cell?
Not yet, but I'll get onto it soon.
See you around, Hobsworth.
Keep a smile.
Hey, Pixel.
Wanna push?
See you around.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi again.
I spoke to Voxel about his monster problem.
You what?
I think his monster is the vehicle I've been tracking.
Good for you. So you told him the monster was real? Won't be seeing him anytime soon. Nice one, Super Dad.
Catch you later.
Later, man.
Lights flickered on. Wendell's truck had power, and with it, I had my ticket into the city. The power cell replaced, the truck was good to go.
How's it going, Wendell?
What's on your mind?
I fitted your truck with a charged power cell.
You did? Then we're cooking on gas.
Hey, any chance of a lift into the city?
Typical. No one ever does anything from the goodness of their heart these days.
I just figured that...
Oh, all right. Up in the back. You earned it.
You sure it's safe back here?
100%, lad.
I'll take your word for it.
Just watch out for me knackbursts. I've lost enough business already. far as I can take you, I'm afraid. You can catch a monopod into the city from over there.
And where are you going?
Straight to cargo. Gotta get these babies.
Quarantined?
Distributed.
Thanks for the ride, Wendell. Maybe see you again.
Apologies, but it seems your U-chip is running out-of-date firmware. Enjoy this little piece of happiness, courtesy of Minos.
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Outdated U-chip firmware detected. Firmware must be updated to use Union City facilities.
I was about to return to give Ember a piece of my mind when...
Transporting you to the nearest safety services.
The stalkers had come into the city. But looking around, that didn't make any sense. This place was a paradise compared to the Union City I'd left all those years ago. Joey had certainly turned the place around. I had to find the stalkers. And whoever he was, Graham was my only lead. I just had to sort out my U-chip problems first.
Graham, Grundy. I trust you are well on this fine day.
Actually,
Aha! Have you tried Dijon buttercream spankles? It's new.
sounds delightful.
That's the spirit. Now, Mr. Grundy, we both know why you're here, don't we?
I guess we do.
Your firmware. It's ridiculously out of date.
Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Go on, place your hand on the platform.
Why should I?
Oh, Graham, what a ridiculous question. How do you expect to access your messages? Or vote on important city issues? Or use the travel system? Please consent to the firmware update.
Okay, here goes.
Well, that's very strange.
What's very strange?
What's very strange?
You said that's very strange a moment ago. Something about my data.
I didn't. You said, what's very strange?
I only said it because you said that's very strange.
Great. What else can I do for you, Citizen Graham?
There was something strange about the ID that I had acquired. While she may have lost the plot, I definitely hadn't. So is my firmware all up to date?
It sure is, Citizen Graham. Now you can get back to being a top-notch citizen again. I see you have 2 weeks of public voting to catch up on. Better find a terminal and hop to it.
I'm looking for a vehicle.
Well, a monopod station can be found at either end of the piazza.
Are there any vehicles in the city that have legs?
Polite request for disambiguation. By legs, do you mean a vehicle transporting prosthetics, flat-packed furniture, or fried chicken?
I mean a vehicle with legs for propulsion.
Do you mean a skateboard or scooter?
You are no help.
I'm here to help.
Would you mind scanning my U-chip like you did before?
But, Graham, your firmware is up to date.
Humor me.
Okay. Well, that's very strange.
There, you just did it again.
Because you asked me to humor you.
I mean, you said that's very strange again.
I assure you that I have a precise log of this entire conversation, and I said no such thing.
It appeared that every time she tried to access my data, the last few seconds of her memory was wiped.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Listen, I don't know if you'll be able to help on this.
I'm here to help.
Okay. I'm looking for a child that went missing 2 days ago.
And from which part of the city did this child go missing?
He was from outside the city.
I can only help you locate citizens.
Thank you.
Was I helpful?
Yes.
Would you like to fill out a survey?
Yeah. Why not?
Excellent. Question 1 of 100. Are you satisfied?
Whoops. Gotta go. Now that I dealt with my U-chip problem, I needed to find out more about my new identity. Graham Grundy. Milo's trail was running cold. I needed to check out Graham's home.
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I knew Graham had some sort of connection to Milo's kidnapping. His home would be my best, in fact, my only lead. Take me to Graham... my home.
Lakeview Apartments. Certainly, Citizen Graham.
The city knew a lot more about Graham than I did. As I arrived, masquerading as a dead man called Graham, I was apprehensive about what I would find. But I had no choice. I had to find the stalker. And whoever he was, Graham was my only lead. The seal on the floor showed my buddy Joey just as I remembered him, when I left him in charge all those years ago.
Hey, buddy, watch where you're standing!
What's your problem?
Your face, for one!
Excuse me.
Well, if you hadn't been staring at the floor like a moron, you'd have seen me.
Do you live here?
Do I look like I live here?
I'm not from around here. Maybe everyone here looks like you.
Yeah? And what do I look like?
Trouble.
Keep walking.
I didn't catch your name.
I'm your mama.
What? Do you know where I can find Joey?
Oh, I don't know. Weirdo. They say he walked into the gap, or sailed across the sea. Either way, he abandoned us all in this place.
You don't like it here?
Needs more color, wouldn't you agree?
Do you know a guy called Graham Grundy?
Nope. Sounds like a moron.
In that case, let me introduce myself. Graham Grundy.
Doesn't surprise me.
What happened after Joey left?
Well, duh. Council runs the city now.
I'll leave you to whatever it was you were doing.
Aw, really? I'll miss you.
Yes, I'm very busy.
Hey, dirtbag! What's your favorite color?
Huh?
You heard me. What's your favorite color?
Red?
Bold choice. Later, man purse.
Later, backpack.
Ha! You got nothing.
Clearly not everyone in Union City was quite as courteous as they were happy. The seal depicted my friend Joey as he looked when I left him in charge, clearly.
Commencing spray. Please stand back. Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is
Water
not your
tank
residence.
depleted.
Someone had spilt paint on the floor.
Commencing refill.
Be off with
Water
you!
refill complete.
The holdall was stained with paint.
Commencing spray. Please stand back. Water tank depleted.
With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids.
Water refill complete.
Be off with you!
Calling the already present elevator did nothing. No surprise there.
Wait, I know that you, Chip. Oh my, is it really? Yes, it is. Master Graham, you have returned. How wonderful.
Oh, good day, huh?
I shall inform Madam and her guest that you have arrived. She will be so pleased.
No, that won't be necessary.
She will be overjoyed that you have finally returned to the bosom of the family. My apologies for the interruption, Madam Songbird. It's Master Graham.
What about him, Chipworth?
It appears he has arrived home, Madam.
He has? But that's... wonderful! Oh, thank Joey! My dear husband is back!
Ah, I was hoping to meet you, Mr. Grundy. Mentor Alonso, Ministry of Well-Being. I was just here to investigate some irregularities.
I'm sure my Graham needs a few moments to freshen up. Why don't I show you my kudos records? I don't know who you are, but right now we're both in a lot of trouble. So for both our sakes, you'd better convince the mentor that you're Graham.
Yes, of course.
I'll stall him. Just don't come through that door until you know enough about Graham to pass yourself off as him.
Don't worry. You can count on me. I wasn't sure what I'd walked into. But if I was to convince anyone I was Graham, I needed to find out more about him. His job, his family, his state of mind. The mentor could ask me about anything. Information about Graham was scattered all over the place. All I had to do was look around. A shelf full of sports gear and awards from years gone by. That looked like Graham and his wife on their wedding day. They looked blissfully in love. Rhythmic gymnastics, first place. Amethyst or purple glass? Either way, it looked expensive. Fairy tales, courtly romances, and art books. At least one person in the city appreciated a nice cup of coffee. Although I doubted Union City Blend contained even an ounce of actual coffee beans. Personally, I preferred an open fire for cooking. Union City Red. I suspected it was more fruit juice than wine. Definitely an improvement on the food dispensers they used to have here. Something told me the fire was not authentic. The trees in the gap weren't as pretty, but at least they were real. The pictures were all of Graham's wife. They were photochemical prints, taken using an old-style film camera. The retro technology had managed to blend songbirds seamlessly into the fake backgrounds. The photography was impressive, but the subject didn't look happy. The pictures in the apartment told a sad story. A blissful romance that had soured with time. Hello there. Chipworth, wasn't it?
Master Graham, may I say, sir is looking even more fabulous than usual today.
Why, thank you.
Has Master Graham lost weight?
Maybe. Does Master Graham look like he's lost weight?
Oh, yes, sir. And it would appear sir has gained some height as well. Bravo.
Tell me, Chipworth, who was that woman just now?
But that was sir's wife, Madame Songbird.
Yes, of course. My wife.
Is sir quite feeling himself?
It's fine. I've just been having a difficult few days.
How serendipitous that the well-being mentor is here then, is it not, sir?
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Never mind. Perhaps later.
Very good, sir.
Tell me about that woman.
A woman? Can sir possibly be referring to his good lady wife?
Humor me. For instance, her name would be...
Madame Songbird. Clearly, sir is not feeling quite himself today. Sir might recall he even forgot dear old Chipworth's name earlier.
Who?
Me, sir.
Who was that guy in here when I arrived?
Is sir referring to the gentleman currently probing your wife in the bedroom?
I guess I am.
That would be the Honorable Mentor Alonso, Senior Officer at the Ministry of Well-Being. I believe that he would like to see you next.
He would?
Mentor Alonso indicated that there were one or two anomalies in Master Graham's records. Public voting, kudos levels, employment, whereabouts within the city.
Just some minor things, then.
Consumption patterns, biosigns, indication of physical existence.
I think I get the picture.
But I'm sure there's a simple answer, Master Graham.
So, what do you do, Chipworth?
Whatever sir desires.
So if I told you to set fire to something, would you do it?
Sadly, sir, one's capabilities are restricted to the minutiae of domestic service.
Shame.
We are what we are, sir.
At least as far as anyone else needs to know. Chipworth, tell me everything you know about me.
Request respectfully declined, sir.
But aren't you my butler droid?
Yes, sir. I have been sir's butler for a very long time.
Then why can't you tell me?
Standing orders, sir.
Whose orders?
You... nice try, sir. Almost had me.
Graham had made sure his droid wouldn't talk. I had to do my own investigating. This mentor, what will he ask me about?
The Ministry of Well-Being is always concerned, sir, with a citizen's well-being.
Well-being?
That's right, sir. A citizen's health and happiness, their relationships and social life, all of the utmost importance to the Ministry. He might also inquire if sir needs any support in the workplace or similar.
Why exactly was I selected?
I believe sir's 2-week-long work, poll, and social hiatus may have raised some concerns. Just be yourself, sir, and you will be fine.
Of course, because I am Graham Grundy. Goodbye, Chipworth.
Have a very special day, sir.
I was hit by the acrid smell of chemicals. The box was for a deluxe hollow plinth replacement lens. There was nothing inside. A cavalcade of cryptids. Someone believed in monster stories. I wondered if the people knew that Hobart agents had helped me save their city. A security forces copter. I still had nightmares about those things. Twice I'd flown in them, and both times they'd crashed. I hoped I wouldn't have to risk it a third time. An impressive collection of medals, ranging from bravery to long service. Most of the medals dated back to before I was born. A sword? The blade was cracked. A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. The logo on the uniform was quite distinct. It looked like one of the land trains from the city walls. It was a detailed model. Developing fluid and trays. I hadn't seen gear like this since I was a child. The blind blocked out all the light from outside. I couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into.
Welcome back, Graham. Displaying your health chart now. It has been 2 weeks since your last checkup. You have lost weight. Congratulations. It has been noted that your height has increased. Adjusting records accordingly. Scanning for medical implants. Error. Implant missing. Refreshing biomodification database. Please wait. Removing cardiac implant registration. Registering Schriebman port as new implant.
The scanner had detected my Schriebman port, which allowed me to interact with Link, the city's old network. Since then, I'd pretty much forgotten about it.
Adjusting your health rating from C to A+.
I was considerably fitter than Graham. That was good to know. Do you have any advice for me?
A single can of Spankles contains more than your daily dietary requirements. Look for the clown. Drink spankles. Keep a smile on your face.
Thanks.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Give me a checkup.
Scanning. Your physical health is within the top percentile for a Union citizen. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
What devices do I have installed?
You possess a U-chip personal data implant in the perlicue of your right hand. It is functioning correctly. Your cardiac regulator implants have been marked as removed. Please return them to your nearest medical waste facility. You possess a Schriebman local interneural connection port in the third cervical vertebrae. This hardware predates the Minos system and cannot be accessed at this terminal.
That's probably for the best.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
That's all for now.
Due to the alteration of your physical parameters, a new uniform has been ordered and will arrive at your home shortly. Keep a smile on your face.
I was a lot healthier than Graham. In fact, I'd say Graham was downright unhealthy. I had made some headway, but I still needed to know about Graham's work and social standing. I knew about Graham's health, but I still needed to find out about his work and social standing. Perhaps I'd find more on his personal terminal. I needed to find out more information if I wanted to avoid getting caught out. This was my only chance to find out about Graham. Leaving now wasn't an option. A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. I couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into. The council was made up of 5 ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. From the color of his uniform, it was clear that Graham worked for the Ministry of Comfort. I wondered what exactly Graham's role was. So Graham was a cleaning supervisor? I knew quite a bit about Graham's work and health, but I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records. The council was made up of 5 ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. It seemed everybody in Union City had a kudos level. I still didn't have a clue about Graham's. Perhaps I'd find more on his personal terminal. I needed to find out more information if I wanted to avoid getting caught out. I couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into. A chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped. I wondered what had caused such a sharp decline. I had learned all I was going to from Graham's apartment. I hoped it would be enough. If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here.
Alonso?
Monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed? Please, Mr. Grundy, I've not got all day. Cat got your tongue? Do go on, Mr. Grundy.
Comfort. I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course. Here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient. Please, Mr. Grundy.
C?
Really? I'd put you higher than that. A, at least. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
It isn't easy to keep up an A rating.
A? I had you as B.
Indeed, but it is Aspiration Day.
Yes, of course. Clever. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
Nothing wrong?
I find the dance hall an interesting workplace.
Dance hall?
Oh, silly me. That's our pet name for the land train division. Such a physical place to work, you see. Private joke.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a long time. This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively? Cat got your tongue?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape considering your medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies? Something the matter?
Mentor?
You mean my collection of military...
No, sweetheart. You know we agreed not to talk about that.
Ah, I see. Well, that is a bit of an issue, isn't it? Collecting relics of the bad old days is not recommended. Such artifacts belong in a museum, don't they?
Understood.
You should stick to your photography.
Yes, Mentor. I will definitely do that.
Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. Choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Possibly. It's as plausible as everything else you've told me today. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis. Now, it's clear to me that your recent concussion has had some deleterious effects on your memory. You need some time to recuperate.
Of course, Mentor. I shall see to it that he gets the care he needs.
Oh, I have no doubt that you will. And to support you in this, I converted some of your kudos to grant you both some time off work.
Our kudos? Wait, how much?
Oh, nothing too severe. Just enough to give you some time to reflect. You may notice a slight dip in your social tier, however.
But the Aspiration Day Gala... tonight...
Yes, won't it be something? I am so looking forward to it. Anyway, keep a smile on your face.
You too.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
What in the name of Joey do you call that sorry performance?
Maybe I could have tried harder.
Look, Buster. Everything was fine until you turned up. I'd dragged my kudos all the way up to Class B for that gala. I don't want time off. I want my gala tickets.
If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish, before Alonso's analysis comes back.
Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the Gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap? Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo.